How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. Okay, so Taxan released, they didn't have a long track record on the NES. They released some really good stuff, and they released Fist of the North Star. So their record is mixed at best. But they did release two of the better pure solid action games on the NES in G.I. Joe: A Real American Hero and the game we're going to talk about today. This game is from I want to say about 1990, and it was developed by actually the same team that did G.I. Joe, the same developers. And it features pretty interesting gameplay quirks that revolve around your jumping and the way you attack enemies. Today's game is Low G Man. Alright, so Low G Man is set in a future where some aliens invade Earth, and they basically Earth or a planet terraformed by humans. They never really tell us in the game what planet it is. But these aliens attack, and basically they're trying to convert all of the robots that humans use for everyday living, convert them into devices to basically destroy humanity. And Low G Man is basically who's been called upon to stop this threat. Now, this game features an interesting mechanic in that the Low G Man, as the title screen says, he kind of jumps higher than everything else. I mean, it's silly, but it works really well in this game. There's also an interesting mechanic in that when you attack enemies, instead of having a standard like laser or some kind of gun to just destroy your enemies with a shot, you're equipped initially with a freeze ray and a spear. So you shoot your enemies, then you either climb on top of them and stab them until they're dead, or you run under them and stab them until they're dead. It's actually kind of visceral because this was an 8-bit game, and honestly, had these enemies not been primarily robotic in nature, there would have been a lot of backlash when this game was released in 1990. Features, your standard like 8 to 10 levels, and the game features a pretty decent soundtrack, and some of the graphics are really well done, while some of it looks kind of bland, but it's a really solid platformer. And if you like your platformers with a little bit of a challenge thrown in, Low G Man will be right up your alley. I'd say, as far as being a common title, it's probably somewhere in the middle. I got my copy a few years back, and I think I paid about $4 for it. So you should be able to find a copy pretty cheap, and you'll definitely get your money's worth out of it because it's a really good game. This has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow.